Well, you were here with as part of the Wentworth Gallery presentation. You've been painting for a number of years.
Yeah.
Tell us, how you're feeling meeting the fans as they take a look at your work there.
I'm a big believer that people need to understand that they don't have to justify their opinion. They don't need to have a qualified opinion. You don't have to have an educated opinion. So, although the more important pieces, so to speak, go to collectors, and I'm very proud to be hanging on the wall with artists who I respect. People who've never been to a gallery can certainly come and find something they would like rather than tearing a page out of a magazine and hanging that on the wall. It's just important for people to realize that an opinion is valid because it's theirs and it doesn't need to be justified. So for me, art has been amazing because I've managed to perhaps introduce people who don't know anything about art to it, and on the other hand, the serious collectors and people who acquire the more important pieces have also, in a sense, validated what I'm doing by putting the pieces in their homes and embracing my art. So it's been incredible for me.
You express yourself as an artist musically, of course. Is it different doing it as a painter as well?
It is different. It's different because there's less, I think there's less time thinking about the multi-structure of it. In other words, when I write a song, I'm dealing with music, I'm dealing with melody, I'm dealing with rhyme scheme. With painting, I have much more of a feeling of freedom, and it's very cathartic. And I've always approached everything I do with the sense that don't second guess anybody, whether it's music, art, writing a book. I had a New York Times #2 bestseller that's in 6 languages, and second book is imminent. So for me, it's always been about, if I do something to please myself, I'll please other people. Invariably, that's what happens. Lo and behold, these Puma shoes came out. I did a line of shoes for Puma this past month, and sold out around the world the next day. So yes, being who I am certainly can open the door, but it will only open the door so many times unless there's something credible there. So this is 50 years. So I must be doing something right.
Looks like the Animalize cover.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it does. It's got different furs, and then there's some other variations, and I'll be doing clothes and other stuff. So I define myself by the challenges I take on and by finding creative outlets. To me, that's what life's all about.
You mentioned the second book. Could I ask you about that?
Yes. Second book is almost, in a sense, a companion to the first. And maybe what it goes into more is how I accomplished what I've accomplished and what I do, what my approach is. I'm certainly not preaching to people or telling people, do this, but I think people can get some insight into what's possible for them by seeing what I've done. I don't think we accomplish much by telling people, if I were you, I would do, because when you do that, first of all, you go, well, you're not me. You've never lived a moment in my shoes, even if they're Pumas. So much more important that you figure out for yourself. But I think we can all learn something from what other people do. So what I've tried to do in the book is express my point of view and how I got from point A all the way to point Z.
I wanted to ask you, well, I know you were tight on time, one last question about Kiss. You had a big announcement, obviously,
Yes.
with the end of the road. Tell us, you obviously don't want to give anything away, but I mean, how this is going to be massive. We're talking 3 years, I think, right?
It could be. It certainly could be. It really is like a victory lap. It would be very easy for us to do a tour and then over a year or two later just go, we're not going to go out anymore. But we deserve to go out and to have a final goodbye and to do things in a style that only we can. You can go see Kiss DNA in every show you go to see of any band, but you can't be Kiss. So for us to be able to go out there and do the biggest ultimate Kiss show that we've ever done it's really our way of celebrating what we've done with the people who made it possible.
I think we've seen you around with some of the former members from time to time in recent years. Any chance they might come out and say hello to the folks? And
There's no reason that I would rule anything like that out, because this is really a celebration of what the band has accomplished. Not any lineup, not any individual, but over the past 45 years or so, people have come and gone, and people have been a part of it. And to exclude people, I don't see a reason to.
Do you think of anything else you'd like to add at all about the exhibits, about Atlantic City as well?
I have a real strong connection to Philadelphia. I have a real strong connection to AC. Philly, for me, has been a growing spawning ground for KISS from the days of the Tower Theater. Tower Theater leading into the Spectrum. There's been so much that we've done. Can't forget the cheesesteaks, but you also can't forget the cannolis. You know, there's great food to be had here, and AC is really a city on the rebound, which I'm glad to be a part of.
That's really cool. Paul Stanley, thank you so much for taking
Pleasure.
the time, sir. Thank you.